यज्ञे ijyō mahējyaścha kratuḥ satraṃ satāṅgatiḥ sarvadarśī vimuktātmā sarvajñō jñānamuttamam.
The first word, yajña. Yajña we already know now. It's not just a homa that is being performed. According to the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita, He has told us that all our activity we can perform in a yajña spirit. It's more in our attitude and our bhava than what we are doing physically over there. So it's not just our puja, the rituals that we are doing, or the homa itself that we are doing. Any activity of ours, day-to-day activities, we can all convert it into a yajña. Karma becomes worship. Karma becomes a yajña over there. Only then it is a real yoga for us, which helps us to connect ourselves with the Lord. Ña means to know. To know means we have the knowledge. Ya means to move forward. So yajña means we move forward with the help of knowledge. Normally we are performing all our activities as though we don't have any knowledge of what we are doing, why we are doing. So therefore our work doesn't turn out to be a worship. Our work doesn't turn out to be a yajña. So Bhagavan over here, and here it's not that Bhagavan is performing a yajña, we are told he is yajña himself. He is yajña walking on 2 feet. He is an embodiment of yajña. Yajña is Vishnu and Vishnu is yajña, says our scriptures. So which means whatever he does, starting from his sankalpa onwards, up to his activities, Bhagavan's activities, in all of them, there is nothing called for himself that he is doing. Everything he is doing for us. And when he is doing it, he aligns everything so beautifully. He actually doesn't need anything to support his activities, but still, whenever he wants, he takes the help of all the cosmic phenomenal forces. They all align so beautifully in his yajña. Why? Because whatever he is doing is beneficial for us at individual level and at universal level. At micro level, our level, and at a macro level, collective level. Whatever he does is for our welfare and well-being. Sometimes we may feel that whatever we got in our life, the Lord has brought it into our life. It's not good for us, according to us. It's not good for us. I don't want it. But from the Lord's standpoint, that's what we needed at that point of time. In that situation, in that place, in that particular time, it's just the right thing for us to happen. Or it's just the right thing for the community to happen. Therefore, whatever he does is a yajña. And not only that, he is of the form of yajña itself. So therefore, yajñaha, ijyāha and mahējyaścha, we will take it together, both the namas, because the meaning is almost the same. Ijyāha means he is the only one who is fit to be invoked. Namacharya in a song, in his kirtan, he says, after having been born as a human being, why do you run to this person and why do you run to this person? Why don't you straight away invoke the Lord Almighty, Vishnu? There he is talking about Venkataraman, because that is his Ishta Devata. So therefore, who is the one who is fit to be worshipped? Who is fit to be invoked? Who is fit to be adored? Ijyāha, that's what it means. Bhagavan alone is the one who is fit to be adored, invoked by all of us. Does it mean we should not invoke the other God? Again, mahējyaścha means it's qualifying the previous nama over there. He alone is the most worshipful person. He alone is the one who is most worshipful. He alone deserves everything. Why? Because he alone can give everything to us. What about the other gods? In the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, whomever you worship, because the cosmic phenomenal forces are all there. All the other gods, it's a portfolio that they have got. So and so is in charge of heat and light. Therefore, he is called Agni Bhagavan. So and so is in charge of air, moving or static. Therefore, he is called Vayu Bhagavan. Somebody else is in charge of the rains. Therefore, he is called Indra Bhagavan. So like that, it's all portfolios that have been distributed to all of them. They're all occupying chairs over there, official chairs. So each one is in charge of some one portfolio. When we invoke them, they are able to give whatever we want. But who is the one who has dispensed of all the portfolios to all of them? It's Narayana himself, who has given to them the powers to do whatever they are doing. Therefore, in the Gita, in the 9th chapter, Bhagavan says, even if you are worshipping the other gods, the other deities, not that we should not worship them, but even though you are worshipping the other deities, actually you are worshipping me alone in an indirect way, he says. So beautiful it. So that deity whom we are worshipping is standing for, representing for us whom? Representing for us Bhagavan himself, Narayana himself. Because he is the one who gave to him that power. And in turn he can bless us all. So therefore, Lord alone is the one who is fit to be worshipped, who is worthy of all our worship, our invocation. Why? Everybody can give to us whatever they have. But who can give to us mukti and moksha? It's Narayana himself. Therefore, he is the most worshipped one. He is the most worshipful one. Other gods can't give us that. Or the other devatas, the cosmic phenomenal forces, and all those who are in Indra's darbar, they all can give to us whatever they have. Whatever they have been given, the portfolios that they have been given, the offices that they have been given. So whatever we invoke, they will give. But who can give to us mukti? Who can give to us moksha? It is Narayana himself who can give to us. That they can't give to us at all. So therefore, in that sense, Bhagavan is the one who is the only one fit to be invoked through all yajñas. Because all our pujas, worship, all comes under the category of yajña only. Whatever we are doing, the vratas that we are doing, the vows that we undertake, the rituals that we are doing individually or collectively or in festivals or in the temple, all of them are nothing but yajña itself. So who is being invoked through all these yajñas? Bhagavan alone is being invoked through all these yajñas. Narayana alone, Vishnu alone is being invoked through all of them. Why? He is the one who can ultimately, who can give to us mukti. He is the one who can give to us. Nobody else can give to us mukti. And what is mukti? We becoming he himself. It's not that we go to Vaikunta or we go to Kailasa and then we meet the Lord. It's not like that at all. In Advaita, it is we becoming himself. And that is called at the highest state of consciousness, the state of enlightenment, the state of mukti, moksha. We become himself. Who can make us become himself? He alone can make us become himself. Because why? We have come from him. So when we have come from him, he is the only one who is capable of getting us back into himself. And that's called as mukti moksha. We merge into him and we become him. There are no two there at all. There is only one. The devotee has merged with the Lord, to whom he was practicing devotion till now. So, ijyō and mahējyaścha, kratuḥ and satraṃ, they are technical names. They are names of yajñas. In the Vedic literature, in the Vedas, there is one huge section which is talking about karma kanda, the karma section over there. So many yajñas are enumerated over there, which we can perform at individual level, community level, society level. Each one of them has got a name, depending on in the context. What is it that we want? What is it that the community wants? What is it that the society wants? What is it that the king wants? So there are innumerable yajñas that have been all listed out or enumerated in the Vedic literature. And many of them have got names over there. So kratuḥ is one of them. We won't go into the details of it. So kratuḥ, which means Bhagavan is yajña. We've already seen. So is everything that we are doing. If we start cooking yajña we are doing. So we have called that yajña as cooking yajña. If we are having our food, we are doing a bhojana yajña over there. So we are doing a yajna, we have qualified it as bhojana yajna. We are all now in satsang. What are we doing? All of us together. It's not individual now. We are all collectively participating in what? In a satsang yajna. So it's an yajna which has got the name now satsanga yajna. So like that, there are names given to different yajnas. Kratuḥ is one of them. Satraṃ is also another name. So kratuḥ and satraṃ means all yajnas Bhagavan is. And satraṃ also means, earlier itself I did mention, Madhvacharya is the one who has said that every nama of the Lord, every name of the Lord has got 100 different meanings, 100 different interpretations. So there are so many meanings to each and every nama of the Lord. So satraṃ can be split into satah trayate. Trayate means to bless, to help, to look after. Satah means good. So satraṃ means the Lord who looks after all the good people, the noble people, the virtuous people, those who are in the path of dharma. Who will look after them? Because sometimes they can get into trouble. And that's why the Lord has promised us. When dharma declines and when adharma raises its hood, means when noble and virtuous people are tortured for whatever reason by the people who are pursuing the path of adharma, then I come, again and again I come. And then what will he do? He will vanquish the adharma, those who are on the path of adharma. He will protect the good, those who are on the path of dharma, and reinstall back dharma on its pedestal. For that, Bhagavan again and again and again and again will come. In what form he will come, when he will come, how he will come, it all depends on it. So therefore, satraṃ can also mean satah trayate, one who looks after the noble people, the virtuous people, those who are devotees of the Lord. Who will take care of them? Who will look after them? Who is the shelter for all of them? Who is the refuge for all of them? Bhagavan alone is the shelter and the refuge for all of them. Next nama is, that's the meaning. Satāṅgatiḥ. Gati means my only refuge. We say Krishna alone is my gati. Rama is alone my gati. Shiva alone is my gati. The refuge for us. The ultimate shelter for all of us. When some problem comes to us, we run around to this person and to that person and to that person. So many places we run to, seeking some solace, seeking some consolation, seeking some refuge, some shelter, a word of compassion. It can be running to the person, it can be calling up the person. Finally, when we go everywhere and we find that nobody can really stand by us and stand with us, then we turn to the Lord. Sankata Bandara Venkata Ramana, we say. So at times, when challenging times, crisis times, when we are in difficulties, when lots of obstacles and hurdles are there in our life, one after the other, it looks like there is no peace for us at all. It seems like there is no life for us at all in the future. Everything looks so blank. Everything looks so, we give up sometime. At that point of time, who will come and stand by us? Stand by us and stand with us. Bhagavan will come and stand by us and stand with us in and through all our difficulties. Satāṅgatiḥ. So those who have surrendered to the Lord, Yogakshemam Vahamyaham, Bhagavan says in the 9th chapter. But he puts a condition over there. Not that, see, the Lord has put a condition over there. It's not a condition. Unless and until we knock on his doors, why will he come? Unless and until we knock on the neighbor's door or our friend's door, when we have gone there, why will she open the door? So therefore, we have to tell the Lord that we want you. Because he has given to us a discriminative faculty, and he says you can use it. You can use it to make your lives, or you can use it to break your lives. Full freedom has been given to us. You can come to me. Even if you don't come to me, he never says anything to us. He's not revengeful over there. You never came to me. Therefore, see, these things will happen to you. It's never like that at all. He leaves us to ourselves. But when we turn to him and then knock at his doors, Will He open the door or will He not open the door? He will open the door for us. So in that sense, and when we totally surrender onto Him with undivided devotion, ananya bhakti, an all out, undivided, ananya bhakti. No otherness should be there in our bhakti. It's only the Lord and the Lord and the Lord alone. At that point of time, Bhagavan promises to us both yoga and kshema. Kshema is to look after all that which has already entered into our lives. It can be things, it can be beings, anything that has got added on to our lives earlier. Just let us say up to the last second, previous second. Who should look after it? Bhagavan will look after it. That is the meaning of kshema. And whatever in our lives we want in the future, starting from what we want, let's say after 5 minutes, it belongs to the future, which has not yet come into our lives, but we want it in our lives. It can be a thing again, thing or a being or whatever it is that we want to add to our lives. That is called yoga. So both yoga and kshema, Bhagavan says, it's my responsibility. He never says, I will give to you. Giving is dadami. He says, vahamyaham. Your yoga and your kshema become my responsibility, Bhagavan says. Provided we totally surrender onto Him and say, you alone are my gati. Gati is the goal, and gati also means the path to reach to Him. Both are included in that word gati. So satāṅgatiḥ, to all the noble, virtuous people, to all the devotees, to all the spiritually bent, those who have a spiritual bent of mind, to all of them, Bhagavan says, I am their path and I am their goal. So Bhagavan makes sure we walk the path. He is there along with us. He accompanies us. And then to reach what? To reach Him again. So satāṅgatiḥ, sarvadarśī and sarvajñā, we can put them together because the meaning is almost the same. Darshana means to see. It's not just to see with the eyes. When we see with our eyes, who is seeing actually? It's the mind that is seeing. Even when our eyes are open and something is there in front of us, if our mind is switched off or we are thinking of something else, we don't see, though the eyes are open. So darshana therefore means to know. It's a better interpretation of darshan, to know rather than to see, because when we say see, it gets restricted to our eyes only. So darshan, sarvadarśī means, sarva means all. All over here is all inclusive, nothing excluded over there. It's capital A, capital L, double underline there. So sarvadarśī and sarvajñā. Ñā means to know. Omniscient. Is there anything that He doesn't know? No. Everything He knows. Why? He has seen everything. So sarvajñā means He knows everything. When we know something, that means we are a witness to it. Do you know what happened the other day? Yes. We say yes. I know what happened. I was seeing everything. So I know means I have seen it. Will you be a witness? Yes, I will be a witness. So Sakshi also comes in over there. Sarva Sakshi is. All of them are interrelated. One who knows only can become a Sakshi, can become a witness. And is it finite knowledge? No, he knows everything. He is the principle of consciousness that is there just behind all our equipment, which knows all that we know and which knows all that we do not know also. Sarvajñā is. He knows all our areas of known, and He also knows what all we do not know. That's why we are able to say, I do not know this, I do not know this, and I know this, and I know this. Somebody can ask us, how do you know that you do not know? I know that I do not know. We are very clear. Do you know how to handle computer? Somebody says, yes, I know. How do you know? I know that I know how to use the computer. What about that person? Doesn't know how to handle it, ignorant of it. So when we say I do not know, somebody can ask, how do you know that you do not know how to handle computer? Who told you? Something in us which told us. Something in us which was a Sakshi, witness, which knows all that we know and all that we do not know also. So we say, of course I know. I know that I do not know, and I also know what I know. On that side there is a I do not know and I know. I know and I do not know. But just behind them both, there is only a I know, I know. At that level there is no I do not know. We can never say I do not know that I do not know. It's absurd. So I know what I know, and I also know what I do not know. Who is that I know? That I know is the consciousness in us, the Atman in us, the life in us, the Vishnu in us, or the Shiva in us, who is saying I know that. So therefore sarvadarśī, all knowing. He knows everything. There is nothing that he doesn't know. Sarvajñā, he knows, both mean the same. So we say Bhagavan is sarvadarśī, Bhagavan is sarvajñā, he knows everything. Why? He is everywhere, all pervading he is. How will he know what is happening outside the house? He knows everything because he is all pervading. He is there inside us, therefore he knows what is happening in this area. At one and the same time he is outside there also, and he knows what is happening there also. Where everywhere he is. Pillangoviya Chalva Krishnana Elli Nodidaru Alli Dasaru right. Everywhere he is there at one and the same time. He is there on the banks of the Jamuna, he is there in Yashoda's house, right there he is in the chariot, in Arjuna's chariot. Everywhere he is there at one and the same time. It's not in physical form. We have to understand what these words indicate to us. They are not describing the Lord, they are indicating to us what is His glory. So therefore sarvajñā and sarvadarśī. We say He knows everything, He is all pervading, He is sarvajñā, sarvadarśī, He is the eternal sakshi, and we just do things hoping that He would not have seen anything. Hoping that He would not have seen, and hoping He would not have known. How many things we do that are really wrong, adharma. Not only seeing, so many things are there which we within ourselves know it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Entertaining evil motives, vicious thoughts. Other person may not know. We may put on a very beautiful, a veil around us and communicate to the other person that we are very good, but inside us we know how we are. So she will not know, but who will know? Bhagavan knows everything. So there is nothing that He does not know. So we are very sly, we cheat, we are deceitful. And when we do all these wrong things, we hope nobody would have seen it. Of course, others would not have seen it, otherwise they would have pulled us up. But what about Bhagavan? He sees everything. If that really sinks into us, many of the wrong things that we venture into will all automatically drop off. Why? He is seeing everything. When my Lord, the Lord of my heart, my Ishtadevata is seeing everything, how can I do something wrong? How can I entertain such a thought? So automatically many things will drop off. But we are hypocrites. So we say He is sarvajñā, we say He is sarvadarśī, and then we keep doing all the wrong things, hoping that He will not see, hoping that He will never know of whatever we are doing. Not possible at all. He knows everything. And when we are hoping that He would not have known, that thought in us also, He alone knows. He alone is illumining that thought also for us. So sarvadarśī, sarvajñā, vimuktātmā. If He is seeing everything, if He knows everything, and if He is a part and parcel of all our lives, whatever we are doing, is He a shareholder of all of them? Because we have told, He is the one who is He is the one who is willing and wishing. I am not the one who is willing and wishing. So He is the one who started, Arambha He did. He started this piece of activity. I am not the one who started the activity. And who is continuing the activity? He is the karta, I am not the karta. And when the karma phala comes to us, we've also been told, na ham bhokta, hari bhokta. I am not the enjoyer, He is the enjoyer. So whatever karma we have done because of the sankalpa, just behind it, the willing, the wishing, the desiring. The karma we have done, and because of that the karma pala comes, the Shubha pala or the Ashubha pala. Does it tie down Bhagavan? Because he is through and through and through all our activities. There is never a moment that he is not there. If he moves away from us, we cease to exist. We are no more. So through and through, we may take a break. Because when we go off to sleep, we take a break. All our equipment are resting. Bhagavan is fully active there also. If he tries to take a break and says, let me also rest, tomorrow morning, next morning, we won't get up at all. So even when our equipment are taking a rest, when we, the individual, Jivatma, has gone off to sleep, Bhagavan is not sleeping at all. Whatever functionings are going on in us, all of them he is maintaining. He is supervising over all of them. He is looking after everything. Our breathing in, breathing out. It's happening when we are sleeping. Our heart functioning, lungs functioning, circulatory system, digestive system, everything is going on. So he is awake and he is doing. So he is doing how many shifts? We can't even say 4 shifts and 5 shifts. 24 into 7, 365 days from the moment we are born. We are talking about an individual till we quit the physical body, through and through and through he is there. Life warranty. We get things, 2 years warranty, 1 year warranty, 6 months warranty, 10 years warranty. Mixie will last for 5 years, 5 years warranty, life warranty this is. So therefore will the Shubha pala or the Ashubha pala touch him, contaminate him? Will it affect him? Immediately the word here, vimuktātmā. Mukta means to be totally, to be free. When we add to anything, it becomes visheshena mukti. Totally, completely far removed from all our karma pala. Not only karma pala, he is far removed from all the activities, though without him we can't perform any activities. But still, he is not a shareholder of whatever we are doing, good or bad. And of course, he is not a shareholder of the karma pala which comes. He is totally free from everything. Just like when we are awaker now, we are totally free of whatever happened in the dream last night. In last night's dream, maybe a student wrote the exam and got the result also. But when she wakes up, examination has not yet come. The date of the examination has not even come. But in the dream, she went to the examination hall, wrote the paper, and also after some time, dream 2 months, the dream result also came. But the moment she wakes up, the person wakes up from the dream and comes to the waking state, the waker has got nothing to do with the dream world, the dreamer, and the dream experiences. It's like we have washed off our hands completely and totally. Nothing of the dream can touch us, good dream or bad dream. Whether we have done something very noble and good, dana we have done. But when we wake up, we will not get the merit of doing that dana of the dream. When we have done something totally wrong, which we should be punished for in the dream, as a waker, we say, thank God, I did not do it. After all, it is a dream. We will not be punished for the wrong act that we did in the dream. So, waking state is far removed from, totally disconnected from, distinct from. Now, how many words we have to use? Completely, totally. We say the gandha kuda, not even that gandha is there. Smell of the dream is there in the waker. Similarly, though the Lord knows everything, sarvajñā, sarvadarśī, not even this much of all that we are doing, all of us put together, 14 worlds from the Devatas, Brahma onwards, up to whatever is there in the netherworld, Patal. Nothing can ever touch him. They all rise in him. They all play about in him, and they all merge into him. Just like the waves rise in the ocean, play about, they rise, then they increase, small wave becomes a big wave. So more noise, less noise, big wave, small wave, clashing waves, huge waves, mountainous waves, tsunami waves. Varieties are there. They stay for a particular time interval, short or long. Then they have their journey also. They come up to the shore. And then slowly they go back. Where do they go back? They don't go back in the sand. They all merge back into the ocean. But what has happened to the ocean? Nothing has happened to the ocean. So waves rise, waves exist, waves play about, and finally waves merge in the ocean. But nothing that is happening on the surface, the disturbance which we see, can ever affect the ocean. The ocean did not do anything. When tsunami waves and did whatever it did, ocean did not do anything. It's the tsunami wave that did everything. The waves are clashing and making noise. Ocean is not making any noise at all. So like that, vimuktātmā, ever liberated, ever free. Nothing can touch the Lord. Just as nothing of the dream can ever touch the waker. Sarvajñā we've already done. Jñānamuttamam. Jnana means knowledge. Uttama means the best of knowledge. Bhagavan says, I am the supreme knowledge itself. So many knowledges we are familiar with, objective knowledges. Physics is there, chemistry is there, mathematics is there, computers is there, commerce is there, accounts, arts, engineering, medicine, art forms, music, dance, drama, ityadi, poetry. The list is too long. Ocean, study about ocean, study about archaeology is there. So many different branches of knowledges are all there. Bhagavan says, they are all objective knowledges. He says, I am the knowledge of all knowledges. What is that in us? The knowing principle which helps us to know these knowledges. That is called as a subjective knowledge. So, jñānamuttamam. I am the supreme most. I am the best knowledge compared to all the other knowledges. Why? All other knowledges are objective. He is subjective. All other knowledges change. He never ever changes. The knowing principle in us, because of which we said, I know how to handle computers, and I know somebody else, I know that I do not know how to handle computer. See, there it is only positive assertion. I know that I know. I also know that I do not know. So it's positive. We can't even call it positive because this I know doesn't have its opposite. Whereas on the other side, opposites are there. I know and I do not know. On this side, it is only I know without its opposite. Without the dual. One without a second. Knowing principle constantly that is there functioning in all of us. Bhagavan calls it as knowledge. Why? Niyavastu it is. It is the one which knows everything. So actually sarvadarśī, sarvajñō all come together over here. He is the knowing principle that constantly knows everything. And also here he is identifying himself with adhyatma knowledge. The subjective knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, the knowledge that is there in our Shrutis, in the Upanishads. All other knowledges tie us down. All other knowledges are finite. But the spiritual knowledge, Adhyatma Vidya, in the 10th chapter, Krishna says, amongst all the Vidyas, he says, I am the subjective science. I am the Adhyatma Vidya. This is the knowledge that this is infinite in nature. Why? It's talking about the infinite. All other knowledges bind us down, tie us down. This knowledge is the only knowledge which will liberate us. It takes us out of the bondages and helps us to reach vimukti. Just earlier we have seen the nama vimuktātmā. So if he is ever liberated, ever free, and if we also want to reach him, when we reach him, we also become ever liberated and ever free. How was that possible? Because of the subjective science, the spiritual knowledge, which is there in our Upanishad, which is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is nothing but the essence of the Upanishads. So therefore, subjective knowledge, this is the knowledge which will help us to get released from all our psychological bondages. Samsara bandhana is not a real bandhana that way. There's nobody who has tied us all up. They're all psychological, they're all in the mind. So that bandhana, which we are really not into, it will help us to go beyond it. Once we realize, then we will know there were really no bandhanas at all. We were never bound. But now, right now, we feel we are all bound. Why? Because of the spiritual ignorance in us. Avidya is there in us. It's nescience. No science is nescience. So Bhagavan, therefore, which is that knowledge which will liberate us, which will make us whole, WHOLE, which will make us complete, which will make us totally fulfilled and satisfied. And having reached with or gained which, there is nothing more for us ever to pursue in our life. That jnana, Bhagavan says, I am that. He is an embodiment of knowledge. Tyagaraja Swami in one of his kritis says, Jnana Swarupa Ramachandra, he says. So of what is the nature of Rama? He is Jnana Swarupa. He is of the very form of knowledge. Which knowledge we are talking about? Spiritual knowledge we are talking about. So it's like spiritual knowledge walking on 2 feet is Rama over there. All spiritual knowledge in a form is Rama over there. So therefore this is the best of knowledge. Jnana of all jnanas. It's this knowing principle in us, the subjective knowledge, knowing principle in us, which makes us become aware of, conscious of, or to gain all the objective knowledge. They keep changing, but this never ever changes. So we always say Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. This is what it is. It means over there. So jñānamuttamam.